Friends, hello and welcome on TechGuruSpeaks.com. Today I would like to describe Java constructors and methods. A constructor in Java is basically used to perform automatic initialization of an object. It has the same name as that of its enclosing class, that means the class to which it belongs. Java constructor syntax doesn't allow a return type, not even void, because Java constructors never return a value. A constructor in Java cannot be abstract, static, final, and synchronized. Java constructors may include parameters of different types. When the constructor is invoked using the new operator for object creation, the types must match those that are specified in the constructor definition. Java provides a default constructor which takes no parameter and performs no initialization or action when no explicit constructors are provided. The thing is that a default constructor can either be provided by the programmer himself or herself, or if the programmer doesn't include a default constructor within the class definition, it will automatically be inserted by the Java compiler. So that is the basic idea of using Java constructor. Next topic is Java method. Before discussing Java method, I would like to discuss about different types of fields or variables in Java. As I have told before, Java fields are of three types, like local field, instance field, and class field. That means the static field. A local field can be used in a method, a constructor, or in a block. An instance field is basically accessed by an object or the instance of a class. A class field is to be accessed by the class name directly. No need to create any object. Now, Java methods are of two types, instance methods and class method. That means static methods. An instance method is accessed by an instance of a class, that means an object only. The instance fields are to be accessed by the instance methods. A class method, that means the static method, can be directly accessed by mentioning the name of the class. Here there is no need to create any object. The class field, that means the static fields, are to be accessed by the class methods. The main method, that means the public static void main string args, is an example of a class method, that means a static method. So that is the concept of Java constructor and Java methods. Now I will be moving to the demonstration part, and that will be done by using the NetBeans IDE, which is one of the most popular IDEs for Java programming. So let's move to the demonstration part. So basically I have got here NetBeans IDE 8.2. So I will be using a previously created project here to create my own class or program that will be useful for demonstration purposes. So first I'll be pressing the right click button and selecting the new option. So I'll be selecting Java class. So here suppose I would like to provide a name, that is name circle test. The objective here is to calculate the area of a circle. So I'll be selecting a package here. So it will be automatically creating a program for you. So now I'll be doing what? I'll be just creating a class, say for example named circle. So it is the name of the circle, that is the class will be say symbolizing a circle here. So first I'll be defining an instance field, say for example double radius. Okay, so it is an instance field. Then I would like to consider a class field, that is a static field. Say for example it is named pi. So I would like to initialize this variable with this value 3.142, and it is basically a class field. Now I would like to provide the definition for the constructor. Say here the name of the class is circle, so it will be having the same name. Now I would like to provide here a local field or local variable named rad. The value of this variable will be used for initializing the instance field radius. So now I'll be having a class method that will be showing the value of pi. So if I am having the static keyword associate, so that means it is a that this field is a static field, that is a class field, and this method is basically a class method. First I would like to modify the value of this variable pi, that will become now 3.14. so now I would like to print its value, say so it is the definition of this class method show. This is the name of the method. Now I would like to include an instance method. So it will be of type double. So double compute area, that is the name of the method, because it will be trying to calculate the area. So here the variable name that will be used for denoting pi, that will be denoted by pi. So then comes radius. So this completes the definition of the class. It is having one instance field, that is radius. Then comes the class field pi. Then I have created a constructor that will be basically initializing the value of this instance field by using the local field. Okay, so that will be activated whenever I will be trying to create an object from the main method. So that is yet to be made. So now I will be showing here the class method. So that is basically updating the value of this variable, and it will be showing it also like what is the value of this variable. So that will be shown by using the SOP, that is system.out.println. So here comes an instance method that will be calculating the area for this circle, provided the radius value is already been initialized. Now I will be creating the main method, that is public static void main. So now I will be writing here psvm, then I will press tab here, so it will be creating automatically for you. Now first I will be trying to call the class field and class method directly before creating an object of the circle class. So that I can do here. Say first I will be writing here system.out.println. So say I will be writing here pi value. So the name of the class is circle dot pi, so it will be shown here. Then I would be calling the method name show, which is a class method, directly on mentioning the name of the class. So up to this I have not created any object. Without creating any object, I have been able to access the class field and the class method. So it is basically a class field. So by using the class name, I have been able to access it directly without creating any object. Similarly, the same logic applies to class method. Remember that for the static keyword is a notion of the static field, that means the class field or the class method. Okay, so the presence of the static keyword is important here. So by using the class name, I will be able to access the method directly without creating any object. Now I will be creating an object of it, because without creating any object I won't be able to call the instance method. So it is the name of the class circle. So then comes the object creation part. Here comes the constructor. Suppose I am passing the value as 10. So this value 10 will be going here. So it will be making the value of this variable, local variable, to be 10. So now this local variable will be initializing the value of the instance field. So in that way it will be initialized. That means the instance field will be initialized with the value 10. So now I will be able to calculate the area. So I will be using now the object to call the instance method. So just lastly I will be having SOP that will be showing the area. So that is the idea. So I will be pressing the right click button, just selecting the run file option. So it will be showing the value accordingly. For this one, so at that point of time, that means at the beginning it was having the value 3.142. So that is why that particular value has been shown. Now whenever I will be calling this method, like the class method show, first it will be updating its value. I mean to say, it will be updating the value of this variable. So that is why it will be showing the updated value, that is 3.14. Now the value of this variable has been modified. So I will be using this value to calculate the area of the circle. So that is why the result is 314. So that is the idea. That means I will be using the updated value of pi to calculate the area of this circle. So in that way the program will work. Now I will be making a small change, like instead of using say a different field name, that is basically a local field, I can use the same name as that of the instance field. So here I will be using the this reference to distinguish between the instance field and the local field, provided if they are having the same name. Okay, so in that example I have made a slight modification, like if the instance field, it is the instance field, and the local field are having the same name, you can differentiate between them by using the this reference. This basically a reference of the current class, that is the enclosing class, that is a reference of the circle class. So by using this dot radius, because it is an instance field, so by using the reference you can access it. So this dot radius, it will indicate the instance field and it will be the local field. So now by using this option I will be able to initialize the value of the instance field by the value of the local field. So the 10, this value will be moving here, it will be initializing this local field. Now this value is used for initializing the value of the instance field. So that is the logic. So in that way the constructors will work and it will be creating an object, and at the same time it will be performing initialization to the instance field. Okay, so that is the idea, and at the same time I have demonstrated how to call the instance method and the class methods by using the object name or class name respectively. And it is the main method, that is public static void main string args. It is always static because it is created before the object creation. Like the program execution will always begin at main. So at the beginning there will not be any object. So that is why by using the static keyword, that means the being static, that means you will be able to call it directly, that means without using any object. So that is the idea. So that is why the main method is always static, or the it is considered to be a class method, because in Java everything, whether it's a field or a method, must be part of a class. So in that way, the constructors and method, like different types of method, whether it is an instance method or class methods, will work for you. So I hope that you have understood the logic of using constructor and different types of Java methods, likely the instance method and class methods. I also hope that you have thoroughly watched my video, and if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here comes the URL of my YouTube channel, and please visit my website. Here you will get lot of useful information for you. So I will be requesting you once more to visit my site, and this is my official email ID. So have a nice day. Thank you very much.